Have you been on podcasts before?
No, I've seen them.
Oh, okay. Anything that feels organic. Yeah, for sure.
Slow.
For sure. Because of course sometimes we go off script because I might think of, like you just said something interesting that's not on here.
Yeah, I was just telling them that I'm promising them with all the approval.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Health Yes, where we talk all things public health. I'm your host, Andrea Gomez.
And Javier
from Cameron County Public Health. Glad to be here and glad you're joining in today's conversation. With us today is...
My name's Tommi Ayala. I'm the program manager for the Brownsville Farmers Market under Brownsville Wellness Coalition.
And we also have with us...
I'm Silvana Villarreal. I'm the marketing and outreach coordinator for the Brownsville Wellness Coalition.
Welcome, ladies, to the show.
Hi, thank you for having us.
So before we start getting into what Brownsville Wellness Coalition is, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, what you do for the Brownsville Wellness Coalition, and your experience, throughout working there?
Of course, I'd be happy to go first. Like I mentioned, I run our local farmers market out in Brownsville. I've been with the BWC for about a year already, and it's been so self-serving and so amazing to get to know my community in the way that I have been able to. I've been a Brownsville resident all my life, and it's great to see all the different cultures that we get at the market and what the market means, because a lot of people think of the market and they're just expecting, food and artisans and crafts, but there's much more without our farmers where there is no farmers market. Fun fact that it takes 2 veggie producers to be considered a farmer's market. If you don't have that, you can't call yourself a farmer's market.
So you're just a market?
Mm-hmm. And that's what the pop-ups or the artisan markets are.
Got it.
And then our farmer's market was created to, as a security for the food insecurity that we have here and have easily accessible food. So it's a comeback because farmers markets are important to the food chain. They just don't happen, especially here in Brownsville, where it's much easier to get fast food than it is to, get like a nice sustainable meal, so to say. So I love to learn all the things that comes to a market. It's not just, again, the artisans, the craft, but I do appreciate that we have different cultures going on, different vendors, different types, all kinds of foods. And I'm proud to say we are actually the largest farmers market in the RGV with about 95 vendors.
Yay! Round of applause.
Thank you.
And what about you, Silvana?
I am, so to say, the frontman of BWC. Mm-hmm. I am the one that tells people about who we are, what programs we have, how we can help the community. We have 5 different programs in Brownsville Wellness Coalition, starting with the farmers market, and then we have a farmers market on wheels called Fresco, where we go to underserved communities and sell that produce that we grow completely naturally at our urban farms.
Wow.
And we sell it and we accept SNAP and all of that. We also have the Happy Kitchen La Cocina Alegre, it's a cooking program. It's completely free for people all over the RGV. We also have our community gardens where people can use it as an educational setting so they can learn how to plant, how to grow, what they're doing wrong, what are the best veggies to grow in that season and stuff like that. So I'm the person that people ask the questions. I'm the social media person. You want to become a vendor at the market, I'm the one that's answering you. You want to be a community garden member, I'm the one that sends you the form. And even if there's nothing at the BWC that is going to supply your needs, I always redirect you to places. We've had people call us for food banks, and we're not capacitated to do that yet, but I send them to, the food banks nearest to them, and it's a pleasure to help people like that. We might not always be able to help, but we know people that help, and that's my job. I love doing it. I love helping people through our healthy and sustainable practices and everything like that. So that's what I do. I'm the BWC frontman.
Wow, so almost like a little resource hub, redirecting people in case you can't cover that service or that need. Mm-hmm. So yes. I want to just take it back a little bit of what was mentioned right now. So the Brownsville Wellness Coalition, when did this start?
Ooh, we just got that date. So we just turned 17.
Wow,
We're still teenagers.
This month.
Yes, June 4th was our designated birthday because it's a little bit of a gray area of when exactly we were established.
It always is.
It always says. It started as a farmer's market in 2008 with our one of our commissioners, starting it. But it's been 17 years of hard work, and it started as a farmer's market, and now we're 5 programs under the Brownsville Wellness Coalition.
Got it. That was my follow-up question. Was it born out of the coalition, or did the farmers market start first?
It's so interesting because I didn't even know that. I was always aware that I felt aware that it was always Brownsville Wellness Coalition, BWC for short. And then they were like, oh, no, it was the farmer's market. I was like, what? And then the farmer's market seems to be one of our staple programs, which I'm really happy and proud to lead. If I might add, coming on board, I know our streamline or pipeline, so to say, was like, hey, we're growing. It's the Happy Kitchen, and it's cooking how to cook, learning how to cook with nutrition in mind and going forward with that. And it's like, we're going to teach you how to cook with things in season, and that's when our urban farms and community gardens come in. And then from there, it's like you're learning this homestead so you can practice those traditions back at home. Then it's like, okay, where do you find these items? It's at the farmers market. And then from there, it's like, no, we don't.
Everything's linked.
So like the programs, right? It kind of
like circle in.
Right.
And then it's like, you can't
smart.
come to the farmers market. We just started that program this year. We're always about 2 years old, but this year is fully, we had its own full manager dedicated to it. Was the farmers market comes to you, whether you're in a food desert area or you have low mobility, it's able to go with you. So,
wow.
It's great.
I remember I moved to Brownsville in 2010. And I remember that the farmers market was already a thing. Where I was from, I mean, you had mercados, but not necessarily a farmer's market like that, right? Which I thought it was cool that it was like in the middle of the city in a park. But I remember that back then it was only the first, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was only one Saturday out of the month. And then
no, you're right.
I started working for another agency that we had to promote a lot the program that we had going on, and we knew that the farmers market was where it was at. But when I was working there, this is a long, long time ago, more than 10 years ago, it was that one Saturday. So we knew that we had to like plan all around that one Saturday. And then I stopped working there, and all of a sudden I kind of realized that it was every Saturday of the month, right? So when was that shift, or why did that shift come about?
So great question. That shift, honestly, I want to say that happened because I remember when I was in high school, which was like 10 years.
Yeah, girl, we don't talk about that.
Delete that. It was seasonal, like once a quarter, then once a month, and it was like every first Saturday of the month. And then all of a sudden it became, I want to say around 2016, 2017. That sounds about right. Yes. That it became every Saturday. So I believe the capacity, it just became more self-efficient, self-sustainable, that they were able to have that out every Saturday. And luckily we do get assistance from our wonderful team, Parks and Rec, out with the city of Brownsville, who assist us with breakdown and setup. So I guess with that manpower behind us, we're able to do it every week, which is great because I still get remarks today. They're like, you're there every Saturday. I'm like, yes, we're there every Saturday. We're like, not once a month. I'm like, no. Every Saturday, rain or shine, like Sylvie mentioned. Wow. Any weather, on course, unless it's inclement. But yeah, we're there.
Is Brownsville the only one to do that every Saturday it has it? Because every other city that I see that has a farmer's market, really, it's the first Saturday of the month, but not every Saturday. I might be wrong, though.
I don't want to
toot your horn.
Speak, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say, but we are.
we try to be the farmers market with the most farmers at all times, even if it's in the summer where the farmers are scarce. We always try
because of the season.
Yes.
The heat.
Too hot for anything to grow incorrectly.
I want to say not just because I'm from Brownsville, but I feel like I've only heard of the farmers market from Brownsville mostly, not from any other place.
No, it's all from the marketing team.
Toot your own horn.
Yes, of course. It's a good thing.
No, but yes, we pride ourselves in being one of the markets, that tries always to have a farmer present. Because other cities up in Texas, to the farmers markets that I've been, they have no farmers at all. and they still classify
Because
themselves as farmers market.
So how does that work?
They're not certified. Because I do go through a little program and, a survey and I send in the farmers that I have and the produce that they carry and what seasons they carry them and what, if that's year round or, XYZ. And I submit that and there's a certification that we get. Essentially, you can call yourself a farmer's market without the farmers, but it's just, and Nick reverts back to not a lot of people are aware of what conditions create a farmer's market. And it's at least you have to have 2 veggie producers on your roster.
I guess as long as you meet those requirements, I guess you're a farmer's market.
Yeah. But sometimes, again, like Sylvie's mentioned, it's you don't see the farmers and you're like, huh?
Where are the farmers? Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Now, I caught that the programs within the coalition, they serve the RGV. Are we talking about several counties? Are we talking about what cities? Or where does what's kind of like the jurisdiction of the coalition?
It depends on the program.
Okay.
If we're talking about the Brownsville Farmers Market, it's just Brownsville. The Fresco Mobile Market, since the truck is a little bit old, we're only able to suffice, the
Cameron
need
County,
here
right?
in Cameron County. In Brownsville. But La Cocina Alegre, the Happy Kitchen, they hold classes in several cities around the RGV. They have some in
Hidalgo and Star and Willacy.
Oh,
they hit everywhere.
Yes,
And
they
then in Port Isabel.
Yeah, they have classes in Edinburgh, Port Isabel. I know Los Fresnos, of course, Brownsville, and a couple of others. So they try, to go to different places.
So really all the 4 counties of the RGV.
Yes, because not only Brownsville is in need, and we
of
recognize
course.
that and we want to help. And it's a program that we adopted from Austin, so we try to help as many people as we can.
And then to add to that is that, of course, the farmers market is here just in Brownsville, but we do have vendors from McAllen, La Feria, Redondo, all over that come to our market, which I'm super grateful for because they're doing that traveling just to attend our markets every Saturday.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm assuming that they're seeing the need and the demand for that as well if they keep on coming back, right? Mm-hmm. So what would you say is one program out of the 5 that you've mentioned that's really making a difference right now?
I love nature. I love connecting with our community. The urban farms is a wonderful way that we're able to try the sustainability out to get that food access to our community, being such a food desert area, but also having the community gardens there. You invite the community in to learn, what you can grow from, our harsh climate that we have, and really taking a moment to breathe and see the beauty in what nature is, and disconnecting from online or the games or anything, especially with how our political climate can get. Just taking a moment to breathe. Yeah. But I also love the farmers market. And I love that because, again, I have my vendors who come from all over, my farmers who come from all over. You can get these really great pupusas, which is with one of our longtime vendors, and those are delicious. She does like fried plátano with frijoles and rice, and I definitely recommend that. We have a really great pizza vendor. Then we have our farmers that come from Rio Hondo. They do their own juicing, their own fruits and the vegetables. You can find a little bit of everything. Art, added value, great sourdough bread. I know Sylvie knows.
I love the sourdough
Really?
bread from farmers markets. Yeah.
And then she's tried everyone's too. So she's told me like.
So
I know. And from other farmers markets up in Texas, I know where's the best sourdough.
And then I have love for the Happy Kitchen because I know they do a lot of food
distribution.
And I think that in itself, and then there's like big meal plans they do to feed the community and educate them on the most nutritional dense meals that they can get for the bang for their buck. Because again, Brownsville is considered one of, inside that poverty line, as well as its health line of being very low against, the whole United States. And then Fresco Mobile Market, we work really close because technically he's considered a farmer's market with me and he carries a lot of my vendors. So it's, I don't know, I like them all, but I think Urban Farms and Community Gardens gets like a little special place in my heart.
Nice. So touching back a little on, we know that it's prevalent, certain diseases, heart-related diseases down here, maybe because of the culture, maybe because of how we were taught to eat or how we continue eating despite of having all this knowledge just at the palm of our hand. But what are the most like prevalent health problems in the RGV right now that not necessarily that the BWC is dealing with, but that sees throughout?
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure, diabetes, obesity. We partner with some nonprofits that offer help, such as Tu Salud Si Cuenta or the UT Health School of Public, the UT
Great
Health.
partners.
Yes, they help us, do screenings with people sometimes, and they take their weight and their pressure.
Blood pressure monitors.
Yes, and they tell them, hey, well, this is what you can do. Here are some resources. If you are in need of food assistance, here are the people, but the health problems that are most prevalent are obesity, high blood pressure, and diabetes. It's getting to be a problem, and that's actually one of the main reasons why the farmers market was established, because they were trying to tackle that problem, that specific problem. Yes, then Brownsville being a food desert, it's a problem that needs to be fixed, and we're doing our little grain of salt to fix.
Of course,
this.
and I'm sure that it has impacted the lives of many. Do you have any stats that you might want to share, like maybe seeing the difference from 2008 when it started to now, 17 years later? Is there anything that you'd like to share?
I don't have exact numbers, but I know that in La Cocina Alegre classes, we've had generations of women, grandma, mom, and daughter that have gone through the programs, because they see a true impact. Because they get the cookbooks, and then they get to pass them on and teach them to other people. We have a program that if you buy a box of produce, it's called the CSA program. If you buy a box of produce, we give out a free bag of produce to a family in need through an organization. And I think we donated over 200 to 300 bags.
Wow.
It was probably 40 each month. No, maybe it was 100 to 200, but that's a lot of produce that came out from our farms, and it's completely coming out of our budget, and we were trying to help. We don't really see a profit. We just try to help, but yeah.
The profit is people taking advantage of it at the end of the day, right?
We want people to know about these programs and taking advantage of them.
And it's neat you say that. One, I can vouch for that generational one, because I thought it was beautiful to know that a family was so moved with the LCA that each generation came and attended the classes, and then they become alumni, because I know they do if you ever took a class, you can join in and share how much you've grown with that program. But within those programs at the farmers market, I'm happy to say that with the constant food battle that we have here, we take programs like SNAP, and with SNAP we have the Double Up Food Bucks program. So every $30 you spend a day with us, we have a $30 that we're going to give you for free that you can use for fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
It's an amazing program not many people talk about, and we've been trying to put it out as much as we can.
Yes.
Right,
They're like,
course.
what's the catch? I'm like,
There's
none. It's yours, please.
It's free fruits and veggies. Let's say you buy a bottle of honey. With that money that you spent, the equal amount you can buy for fruits and veggies.
And I hold it dear to my heart that we are an inclusive market, and an inclusive market invites everyone to it. So whether you're shopping, however you feel like, just feel comfortable that SNAP EBT is accepted here, and there's no stigma around it, how we feel about it. It's more bang for your buck, so to say. Because essentially I've gotten the questions like, well, why am I going to go shop with you when I can get it at HEB or the Pulga? Great places. I love them. I shop there too. But it's like, okay, I understand that. But you're knowing your farmer, you're knowing the sustainability, and understanding that this is organic practices that they have. And then, of course, your $30, you can use that to buy some fresh meat from ranchers, some honey, some bread. And then those $30 that we have for your Double Up Food Bucks, you can get that with farmers. So it's all staying local as well. So it's great. And then we have the WIC program, where we're able to give you, not from your benefits, but we give you $30, and that's just a grant that we have.
Wow. I mean, and we do have the WIP program here at the department. So we have a lot of clients that I'm sure would be interested in knowing this for sure.
And I think that's one thing that's important, is that to tell people that this is a very self-sustaining thing, supporting your local farmers, supporting the farmers market and all that.
Yeah,
correct?
it's supporting your neighbor. These aren't necessarily farmers with huge farms, but it might be your neighbor that has a couple chickens in the backyard, or has an orange tree or a lemon tree, and they're just selling at the market. You're supporting your community, and it all comes back to us. It's
Yeah, it feels great to know that you're helping a farmer that picked up farming, 10 years ago, just to be able to see what they were able to grow, and they've been able to grow their harvest, and they share that with the community. And I always like to say that a love language is definitely food, because I'm sure we remember our grandmother's meals, or mother cooking for us, or you cook for your partner, your siblings. I think food is a special way to show that you care. So why not get food that's connected to the land that you live on, and you get to share that and that sustainability behind it.
That is so interesting to think about it that way, because usually, sometimes it's very kind of like almost on automatic pilot, where you just go to the grocery store, grab, and mindlessly choose the avocado that you're going to have in your sandwich the next day.
Right.
And you're not putting any thought into
Exactly.
what you're slapping together, in a sense, which is, hey, it's daily life. Sometimes you don't get to be that intentional with your food, but to have the space to do so, and to have the place to go to be able to get that, I think that is so cool. So cool.
Sometimes you don't know that your produce traveled thousands of miles, and it's not very sustainable.
And how many hands
it went through.
it went through, to be able to, for you to grab it from.
How many recalls have we had? How many, all these things, but it's like your farmer, your local farmer grew this themselves.
In their backyard with the soil that was already there, it's completely natural. And it doesn't just help the environment, but it helps your health, because there's organic is better. And it doesn't necessarily have to be certified organic, it's just natural. And
the practices, the sustainability behind it, understanding the soil that you're growing from, and all the technicalities behind it. So it is, you can't just say, oh, we're organic, because you grew it from a seed. Even from the seed, if you're not using the organic seed, you can't say organic practices.
Wow, interesting.
So that's a fun little fact that I learned.
It's like if a home cooked meal feels amazing, what about a homegrown meal?
Exactly.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes.
I bet that feels even better.
That's the dream for many, but I'd like to touch on what are the barriers to really, you can go to the farmer's market, but to be able to have that life of your own, we were discussing this a little bit earlier, but not everybody has a garden, not everybody has even a yard or a front yard. So how do we get over these barriers?
That is a great question. And, it just, I feel like lit up, because unfortunately, yes, that's why we have community gardens. Some people are in, places where they don't have access, but within those community gardens you can do volunteer work, or we have this neat program, it's called Grow to Sell, and necessarily you don't have to sell, but you can have your own little plot at the garden. And you take care of it, you amend it, and if you wish to sell, you're welcome to the farmer's market, and it's just like a fast track. So that's one thing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is we give you the seeds. If you were from a member at the community garden, we provide the seeds, we provide the education. All you have to do is commit one day or an hour out of your week to tend to the garden, and you get natural produce, and you get to talk to your neighbor and bond through a garden.
And then we have our managers there that are able to help guide you if you have any questions. And
right, because some might have like zero skills on gardening, or like every plant you touch you kill.
Yes, no green thumbs.
And then
not saying it's me, but it is me.
Let me see your plants.
And speaking of which, what are some common misconceptions about like the farmer's market, if any?
That
it's expensive.
Yes. I think people think organic, somebody grew it, they're going to charge me extra.
We have a 2 for $5 deal. You get 2 bundles of any vegetables. So that's with Urban Farms and Fresco. They sell at the farmer's market. And I think it's great because it's a healthy bundle of each. And then we have Miss Amelie Gracia of Gracia Family Farms, who sells her items like $1 a piece, $2 bunches. And I'm like, wow. And I think about this in a sentimental way. Like, these are my up in age farmers who are out in this heat. If I could choose, I'd be inside. But in this heat, harvesting and gathering this, and I would say like that's like $5. Like I don't know about you, but my time.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But she is
The
so
labor.
modest in it, and she's like, I just want to feed my community. I want to get this out there. But I would definitely recommend you guys stopping by with her. And she's grown garlic. She has beets. She has celery. She's done the rainbow carrots, the regular carrots. She's done the cabbages and everything in between. And she also does not moringa, but dandelion roots as well.
Oh, wow.
Manzanilla, everything.
Manzanilla.
She's got everything, and
That's just one of our farmers. So
you can see the passion in her eyes. She's
For
there
it. Yeah.
every Saturday. She never misses, and if she does, she tells us, and it's like it's a community.
She'll send her brother in.
Yes, it's a family business. What we have, the farmers market and the farmers, we're family. But it goes all back to it's not expensive. One thing straight, it's not expensive, and if you do have SNAP EBT, it's even less of money that you have to spend from your own pocket.
I think like that's very important to highlight
Yeah.
so people know, right? Like,
And I feel like people don't know that your benefits can go
No.
towards the farmer's market.
Yeah, and if you use your benefits,
Yes.
you get extra money.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And if you have WIC, you get extra money without
Yes.
taking away from your benefits. And then we actually just recently launched this really great program called Farmers Market Buddies that we're trying to get the word out for all farmers market here in the RGV. And with that is that, say you're a SNAP sharper, you're already going to get the $30 if you use the $30 with us. And you bring 2 friends that have never been to the market, or family, or, XYZ shoppers. And it's 2 and yourself. So you each get $5 because you are shopping with SNAP. So we are just like, hey, here you go. So that's $30 of SNAP, $30 of WIC, and then the $5, you got $65
Wow.
extra in your pocket.
the
and that
incentives-
covers. I mean,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
$65 for veggies.
Get some nice,
for
nice
sure.
meatballs from Circle S
and
Beef.
they never expire.
And they don't. That is
Not a
never
paid ad.
Not sponsored.
And then we have our own honey farmer. Again, the artisan salsas, oatmeal, baked goods. That's just the added value stuff. But then we have all our farmers as well. So you're able to get a good hefty, for the week, for 2 weeks, however you expand that dollar.
So there's no excuses. There's
Not really.
Sylvie's
No,
like, yes.
not really.
The incentives are there.
Wow.
It's an affordable market. We just want to get the
More-
word out. Yes,
More
and,
people,
and, and
of
those
course.
double up food bucks, they never expire. If you get them this Saturday, you can use them
The SNAP EBT
This-
as well.
this
Wow.
month, next
Next
year.
year.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so like for those that might not be like farmer marketers every Saturday, or like
Right.
they don't,
or they didn't spend the whole $30.
exactly.
Yeah.
They can
Exactly.
always use it.
Or maybe sometimes
Interesting.
it's like, oh, I only have $2 left. Save those $2. You
Yeah.
can use them next time. And then come next Saturday, you get another $30 matched up. It's every 24 hours, but we're there once a week.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or find us at Fresco when we're up and running. It's
Yes.
there's no excuse.
Well, you heard it here
Yeah.
first.
No excuses.
So, what would be kind of like supporting the underserved populations that we know exist in Brownsville? What would be the one tip for them if they don't know how to start, where to go? What would you say to those people?
Meet us at the green tent. So at my market, we have this standard that all vendors have white tents.
Okay.
Just so it's a little bit more cohesive.
And this is at Linear Park, right?
Yes,
in
Linear
Brownsville.
Park, right across Gladysford Zoo. Yes. And then the only green tent is our home-based tent. And I have my wonderful team, my facilitator, my market attendants who are well-trained and well-versed in, the programs that we offer. And of course, it's always, the inclusivity and family first understanding, because I've been that shopper that had SNAP EBT, and I'm like, I'm, scared to shop with SNAP EBT, but it's like, there is no shame in wanting to feed your family and making sure that they have the right, nutrition or diet that you're supposed to be getting. So we want to make that aware that they can come with us, any questions, and even if they shop with us and then they walk away and they come back, we're always going to be there to assist them with the information that they might be wanting, or just to know what's going on, because that's how we get the word out. We just talk to them and connect with them.
Absolutely. And this is just a side question, but do we have a Spanish-speaking staff for maybe those that English might not be their forte?
Right.
Sí, soy bilingo.
Si hablo poquito. poquito.
I understand Spanish extremely well, but I would say my facilitators and market attendants do have like.
We all understand. Most of us speak it.
Side eye.
And you know, if there's one that doesn't, then the person
okay.
right next to her will know
Yeah.
Spanish.
But I will say I can carry the conversation and explain because I've had it where it's like, yeah. And then everyone's so graceful. They're like, oh, no, you know more than me. I'm like, or they're like, we're versed. And I'm like, yeah.
No, but you get your point across, which is,
Yes.
you know.
Well, it's good because the rest of this podcast is going to be in Spanish now.
Perfect.
After this one, we're repeating everything we said in Spanish, eh?
A partir de este momento, todas las preguntas van a ser en español.
Ready, Tommy?
So if people want to reach out to you, like let's say website-wise or social media, what would be your handles for people to reach you?
Our website is Brownsville Wellness Coalition, Brownsville Wellness Coalition.
.com.
.com. And social media, Instagram and Facebook is Brownsville Wellness Coalition. Just look us up like that anywhere and we'll come up. You write us our name on Google and we'll come up on Yelp, on Bing, anywhere. We'll come up.
YouTube?
All the numbers.
YouTube as well? They're nice.
Yes. All the numbers work. That you might find. You might find my phone number, the receptionist phone number.
And what would be the main line, let's say, if someone wants to call?
The main line, I can get that for you.
We just got these numbers also.
Oh.
Will
Nonprofit,
people-
moving on up.
Will people still get redirected if they try looking for a farmer's market? Or no?
Sort of like towards
if they're not
Brownsville
familiar
Wellness
with
Coalition?
Brownsville Wellness Coalition and they just know you guys as like the farmer's market, will they still be able to find you guys as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
because BWC is my mother program and my parent program. So I like to say that first front. Like, the farmer's market is brought to you by BWC. The
Gotcha.
farmer's
There
market
we
is
go.
not standalone.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes people might not know that, not just because of ignorance, but they might not know who puts
Yeah,
it together,
yeah.
right?
You'd be amazed at how many people walk by my stand. They're like, "What's this?" I'm like, "We're the farmers market," but when my tent says Brownsville Wellness Coalition, they're like,
so it's
"Yes,
like,
that's
huh?
And I'm like, "Yes, this is who brings you the market every Saturday." And they're like,
There you go.
"Oh."
And that's why
There
I
you
asked too.
Yes. Plus, we also, as of now, we have the handles different, but we're trying to, unite it so people know that we are the same. One's under the other. We do the same things.
Right.
But yes, you can reach us by phone number at 956-659-2359. And that's our main line. Our receptionist will answer you, and whatever program you're looking information for, you will be redirected. Or you can send us a message through Instagram, and we're really good at answering every single question, whether it's a comment or even if you're just reacting to a photo, we'll, reach out to you.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
anything you guys are questioning about our program, we're more than willing to answer a question.
So, another question. Volunteers, do you take any or how does it work?
So yes, we do, and I wouldn't just say my program, but all our programs feel that volunteers is vital. Whether you're helping out for the urban farms for a day, the community gardens, as Happy Kitchen, Fresco, or even the farmers market, which I would graciously appreciate that.
So help is needed.
Yes, help is needed.
It's always welcomed.
It is throughout the seasons, and we appreciate y'all because you're coming in on your time off to help your community and help these wonderful programs. There is a process. You do also connect with our admin office just to fill out some forms, just to confirm that you're able to be at our events, and also
Any emergency
waivers.
contacts, stuff like that.
And photo ops, because we love taking photos of our volunteers and showing our wonderful help.
The impact that they're having on the community.
Nice.
And that's basically what we need. But we welcome everyone, age, array, inclusivity.
They don't
backgrounds.
necessarily have to live in Brownsville either.
That, no.
No.
They don't have to live in Brownsville. They don't have to have any experience, just the compassion for their community or the want to learn how to connect with, one another. And I appreciate that. I will say that full transparency, we do accept minors, but they have to have a chaperone. They can't just show up because since they're minors, we do need them to have their adult. And
So, let's say anybody in high school that's not 18 yet, there's
need
15, 16.
They need one chaperone for 5 minors.
So say one cool mom is like, okay, I'll take you guys to the market.
Got it.
And then she'll be She doesn't necessarily have to be on them.
Just kind of keeping an eye.
Be on the property, on the site while we're there. And those 5 kids can go ahead and assist us and, get it done. But we do just have to have that permission that, that she's allowed to and all that.
And this could be at any point, like in the year.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I wonder if, does it expire after a year or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like as in having to renew that volunteering.
Yeah, I think it's just if we need to update the documents, we'll
contact you.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Well, glad to know. I'm sure many people would love to help. I'm sure maybe some of them might already have a green thumb and they just, they don't know where to
Speaking from
go.
the farmers market, we definitely would appreciate all the help. So,
Yeah.
All
there's
farmers welcome, even
Please,
volunteers.
stat.
farmers and volunteers, we love you guys.
Even if it's, mandated by a school or something.
Right.
we
I know that
welcome.
many students might be looking for.
We had a wonderful
you know?
connection with the Porter High School where they were having kids go over to make up credit, and I would sign them off and get them their credit hours. But we had great students and I think also Pace High School. But of course they had their chaperone and everything.
Hey, we have a pacer over here. I'm an eagle, dude.
No,
So
I went to Rivera.
Where your volunteers at?
But yeah,
like, huh? Who?
I will say we have one of our best volunteers, and everyone's met him from all the programs, and he's from Pace.
Yeah.
Let's sign off.
Oh, we also have St. Joe coming by too.
Ooh,
So they also
nice.
get credit hours. So we welcome everyone. Of course, we want everyone to be safe. So that's why we just have that process. But we're happy to
Nice.
get volunteers of all age, backgrounds. And again, you don't have to have any history with gardening, any history with the community. This is where you can start to get your foot, in the door.
And they can contact those same socials and that same
Yes.
main phone line.
Any type of communication we'll take.
Perfect. Glad to know that because this is just an extra here. The department also serves as a resource hub of sorts. We get all types of questions, and sometimes volunteer hours is one of those where we might be able to cover those hours, but sometimes we might not. So it's good to know that there is
A spot in
platform.
Brownsville.
a spot in
that you-
Brownsville, exactly, and precisely Brownsville having the biggest population out of the city and in the county, then of course most of the questions come from there. So it's nice to know that we can refer them.
Of course,
you
send them
guys.
over.
Perfect. All right. Anything else you would like to add? Something you want to leave the community with? Maybe a tip
Advice.
or an advice as well?
I think the only thing I would like to add is that our food chain here in Brownsville, Brownsville Wellness Coalition has done a great job in turning the way people feel about their foods, whether it's cooking, the nutrition class, growing it, or where to buy it, as for the Fresco and farmers market. And I think we need to remember that agriculture is so important. We have to be there for our farmers. Our farmers are getting up in age, and the tradition, some of these farmers have been farmers for generation to generation, and it's like when they're gone, who's going to go ahead and pick up their trade? Because their kids went to be teachers, lawyers, XYZ, but not farmer and agriculture, and that's something we need to promote more. Know where our food comes from instead of importing it from, even out of, the country. Just something local, and just support our agriculture family and be there and know where our food is from, and of course love the food that we have in our community, and big or small. So that's
Round of applause.
Hey, keep it local, guys.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing with us, ladies. I mean, learning just about how many programs are within the Brownsville Wellness Coalition is just incredible. Incredible what you put together for the community. Very much needed. And I applaud you. Very, very proud of this. Very.
you.
Yeah, it's
Thank
great to
you.
have you guys on board, because
Yes.
I feel like one of the things that this is lacking is that communication. Telling people about this,
Yeah.
word of mouth.
And I will say, Sylvie just started this year,
Yes, I've been here.
taking it
4
by a
months.
storm.
Oh,
So
I would not
good.
imagine that.
Right.
New department also.
Wow.
Beforehand, and which is why we had separate, forms of communication. It was like I stand alone, did all BFM everything. And I even helped other programs doing, their social media stuff. But then, boom,
it's a
Sylvie came
lot.
in and she took everything in, and I was like, oh yeah. So it was a lot.
We're growing. We're a growing
We're
organization, and with that growth, we hope to reach more people and help
Absolutely.
more people.
And that's what we're here for as
Yes.
well.
You know, with that being said, if you're listening and you need help with whatever resource you might need, reach out to us. We will redirect you to whoever you need to be redirected to, or we will be the ones to help you. We try our best to help anyone. And if you're a business owner that would like to, get back to the community, donate so we can donate, reach out to us as well. Send us an email at admin@brownsvillewellnesscoalition.com, and we'll reach out back to you. It's all
the
going back to
collaboration on that.
saying that the RGV is a family, and we all like to see each other succeed. Whether it is your neighbor or your brother, it's we all like to see each other succeed. So if you do know of someone that needs help, redirect them to us. And if you are someone that would like to help, please contact us, and it will be greatly appreciated by your community.
Ooh, yes. Thank you, Sylvie.
Hey,
Oh, can I add
great.
one last thing?
Absolutely.
We always are looking for farmers. So if you're interested, you hit up our social media or that same admin email, or you could do Tommi Ayala at BrownsvilleWellnessCoalition.com. Farmers have a discounted rate. We support them as much as we can. Any harvest, small harvest, you don't have to be there every week.
Even if it's just a lemon tree in your backyard.
We need you. I want to support you. I need you. So, yes, feel free to contact us anytime. Even if you're a home grower, you're like, oh, I have extra XYZ.
Papayas.
Yes, come on in.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Bring them over.
Anything. So, yes, thank you guys.
No, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and to all of our listeners, remember guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and also keep it local. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at CCPH Texas, and also on Spotify at Health Yes. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
That was, I feel like that was an overload of information.